Hey folks, Chris here. Happy Halloween and welcome to the 7th and final edition of Watch It in the Dark 2020. First and foremost, Matt and I would like to thank you all for reading our reviews and watching our videos. We love your comments and we appreciate all of your support. I would personally like to thank Matt for all of his collaborations. It's truly been a pleasure to have him on board. Today we are going to take a look at the 1996 classic From Dusk Till Dawn. It was directed by Robert Rodriguez and written by Quentin Tarantino. The powerhouse duo of Rodriguez and Tarantino first came together in the 1995 movie Four Rooms, a comedy anthology with 3 other directors. Since then, they have come together multiple times to work on such films as Sin City and the Grindhouse double feature of Planet Terror and Death Proof in 2007. From Dusk Till Dawn will always be a moment in history for me. I got to see it on opening night. My dear friend Jess tracked me down at a house party in a time before cell phones, and he told me that there was a new movie that was coming out that was written by Tarantino, and I had no idea what I was in for. I would like to thank Jess for his contributions and suggestions for horror films that I've actually used in this series, and that would include such films as A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, Mandy, and of course, Midsommar. Thanks, Jess. So here's the premise of From Dusk Till Dawn. The Gecko brothers, on the run from the law, kidnap former pastor Jacob Fuller and his 2 teenage children. With the Fuller family and their RV under the control of the Gecko brothers, they all cross the border into Mexico so the Gecko brothers can meet their contact Carlos at a strip club called the Titty Twister. Much to the amazement of the Gecko brothers, the Fuller family, and all the other patrons of the Titty Twister, the strip club is staffed by vampires. This half-modern western, half-horror film did very well at the box office, but it also became an instant cult classic. The opening scene at Benny's World of Liquor between Pete Bottoms and recurring character Earl McGraw is a testament to Rodriguez's filmmaking pace and Quentin Tarantino's wit. Like any film written by Tarantino, it's the dialogue and the one-liners that make this movie so memorable. One of my favorite lines from the movie actually comes at the very end of the film, and I'm just going to take a second just to read this here verbatim. Carlos says, "So what, were they psychos?" And then Seth goes, "Did they look like psychos? Is that what they looked like? They were vampires. Psychos do not explode when sunlight hits them. I don't give a fuck how crazy they are." Something like that. From Dusk Till Dawn was the first lead role from George Clooney in a motion picture, but he was already a household name for his portrayal of Dr. Ross in TV's ER, which he was on for 5 seasons. Santanico Pandemonium is played by the once unknown Salma Hayek, who went under 3 months of psychiatric pre-therapy so she could overcome her fear of snakes for the infamous albino python striptease. In addition to casting Tarantino alumni Juliette Lewis, who was in Natural Born Killers, and Harvey Keitel, who was in Pulp Fiction, Tarantino himself played Richie Gecko, Seth's brother, who was also a sex offender. Cheech Marin of the comedy duo Cheech and Chong had 3 small roles in the film, and they're all played to perfection. So here's a kicker. Though the film is jammed-packed with 3 special effect geniuses such as Tom Savini, Howard Berger, and the executive producer himself, Gregory Nicotero of The Walking Dead, the vampires in this film are lackluster at best. They look like Barbie dolls covered in liquid latex on a meth binge. Reading deeper into the production notes, it turns out that these 3 special effect geniuses had nothing to do with the making of the vampires. They just wanted to stick to their roles and their cameos. Tom Savini has the absolute best character name of the 1990s with his portrayal of Sex Machine. His codpiece is made up of a retractable phallic 12-piece pistol. It looks like a penis. It's absolutely hilarious. The film also showcases Danny Trejo. He's been a staple of Rodriguez's films since the beginning, and he also has a couple of standalone films, Machete and Machete Kills. These 2 films were created solely based upon the popularity of a fake trailer that Rodriguez made for the Grindhouse double feature. Hey, Eli Roth, we're still waiting for Thanksgiving. From Dusk Till Dawn is just pure and simple fun. Once the vampire action hits, it becomes so absurd in so many good ways. Like when the house band of the Titty Twister, who's played by Tito and the Tarantula, they all turn into vampires, the lead singer's guitar turns into some flopping human body with 6 strings, like he's just playing it. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Well, there you have it, folks. 1996's From Dusk Till Dawn. It was written by Quentin Tarantino and directed by Robert Rodriguez, who would come together multiple times in the future and make many more classics. It's not the scariest horror movie or the funniest comedy, but it certainly should make everyone's watch list. On behalf of Matt and myself, we wish you a very happy and safe Halloween. Please make sure you go out and vote if you haven't already. And if you're going to watch the election results this Tuesday, make sure to watch it in the dark. Take care.